Right, guys, so quick YouTube video here. You'll have seen on my social media that I have switched things up a little bit. Some people have asked me, Benny, going hybrid? Benny doing high rocks? No, not going hybrid either, just to clarify. All I'm doing is literally incorporating some cool stuff that, to be honest with you, I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've always wanted to do some sort of either athletic or like strongman incorporation into training. But I've always been a little bit concerned that it'll take away from bodybuilding. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But I only know by trying. And I'm really enjoying the process, which, again, I always say to people, above everything, make sure you're enjoying the process. So I just want to see where it goes, to be honest with you. And I might try it for a couple of months and I might switch back to, like, call it full bodybuilding, hypertrophy training, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to give it a go and I'm having a lot of fun and that's all that matters. Now, how have I found it? I'll be brutally honest. The first couple of sessions, I was actually in the car and I was getting really nervous to go ahead with the training sessions. And I'll drop a couple of screenshots in of what the session layouts look like on this video, because it's stuff that I've never done before in my life. So whenever you're starting something new, it is a little bit daunting, just naturally. So, for example, on one of the days, I'm doing like the stationary jumps, like call it plyo jumps if you want to call it stationary, and then jumping as far as you can. Then going into box jumps, and then Viking press. I actually really love the Viking press. I go for it with my in-person PTs a fair bit, and it's just a really fun exercise. It's just big, raw, and powerful. And I'm getting back to working up to being quite heavy on the safety squat bar and deadlifting again. Just stuff that I missed, just like the raw, basic power stuff, because probably one of the best times I've ever trained, and it might sound a little bit backwards, was actually during lockdown when all I had to play with was a power cage, a barbell, and a shit ton of plates. It just made you get creative and just think about doing things from being a little bit more raw, let's say. But then there's other stuff involved, like the farmer's carries, tire flips, getting the heavy sandbags and flicking it over my shoulder. So it was a lot of fun stuff. And one of the little things that I do want to get really good at is the Smith floor press. For me personally, it's like one of my favourite chest exercises because you're stable and it is just raw power. And in my head, I'm sort of trying to create something that moves really fucking cool, be it with a sled push, like pulling or pushing 200 kilogram, being able to squat 200 kilogram, deadlifting over 200 kilogram, pressing over 3 plates on the Smith floor press, all whilst being pretty athletic in terms of box jumps and all that sort of stuff, whilst maintaining or maybe even improving my physique. I don't know. I genuinely, I don't know what this is going to build, and I'm sort of nervous and excited for the whole process, being brutally honest. And I'll chuck a couple of clips in from what I did over the past week. So this was like my first official week on the new program. I got it from a guy called Mick Blythe, so shout out to Mick Blythe for writing me up the program. We jumped on a really good call. And he's like done everything within the fitness industry, so I thought who better to ask for advice and get a program from. And I'm all about seeking advice, learning more, etc., etc. And it's only going to give back more to my clients in terms of if they want to proceed to do something like this. Will I be running? Probably not. I've got no desire really to run. I used to enjoy running. I used to run quite a lot when I lived in Australia and just prior to Australia. I don't really have any burning desire to get back to any form of running. Am I against it? No, not whatsoever. I just personally don't really want to do it. I'd rather sprint with a big sled on my back with a couple hundred kilo on it and be explosive and powerful. So yeah, just a little bit of an insight there to what's going on with me at the moment. And I'm excited to take everybody on the journey as well. Let's see what it brings. Let's go for it.